Okay, in the last class, we have stopped how to find first and follow, and we start little bit about LL1 parsing. Today it is getting very clear. So basically, so you know what is the first step, am I right? What is this first step means? What is this first step means? What is this first
Left
step?
side scanning.
Scanning from lefts. What is this second L means?
LMD.
It is LMD. So this thing, this one is not clear to you, but today it is getting clear. It is nothing but it is called look ahead. And number of look ahead is 1. So let's take a simple grammar. Let's take this one. So something like this. S derives and epsilon. This is a pretty simple grammar. And what is the output of this grammar? Can you tell me? What is the output of this grammar? What is the output?
Balanced parenthesis.
Parenthesis.
Not balanced parenthesis. It should be called nested balanced parenthesis. That means this parenthesis between these two, there will be another one, so on. So it will be nothing but this one, start, plan start. Plan start তো এইভাবে দিলে হবে না, এইভাবে দিলে অনেকগুলো এরকম হয়ে যায়। তো you can say this way. It is something like to the power n, কারণ এটা হচ্ছে গিয়ে কনটেক্সট ফ্রি গ্রামার, তাই এটা রেগুলার এক্সপ্রেশন থাকবে। ওকে, so opening brace n number of times, closing brace n number of times. Okay, so this is the general structure of this grammar. So definitely, if I give you this one, and this grammar is not ambiguous as well. It is not ambiguous. It is unambiguous grammar. And it has LL1 table as well. So if I give this one, this string to parse, definitely it is parsable using this grammar. Am I right? Am I right or not? If I give you this string, definitely it is parsable by this grammar.
Yes.
So let's start. So let's assume I have to, as LL1 is a top-down parser, I have to start from S. Am I right? I have to start from S. Top-down parser always start from the root. Am I right or not?
Yes.
Then I have to create the parse tree. Now, when I start from S, then there are two products. This one is the first part. S derives to open parenthesis, S, close parenthesis, and there is a second part. S derives to epsilon. Which one you are going to use? Tell me. Which one you are going to use?
So first one.
You are going to use first one because somehow your intuition is very high, or you have already derived the parse tree in your mind. That's why you know you have to use the first part or the first product. But a parser cannot know, because parser does not have any intelligence without giving something by you. So how can a parser, that means an automata, can take the decision? In LL1 parsing, this decision is taken by the LL1 parsing table. Okay, so we know that S would derive open parenthesis S, close parenthesis, then this S would derive again open parenthesis S, close parenthesis, and finally this one is again S, this one, and finally this one is epsilon. So we are done with the parse tree, and it is the correct parse, correct parse tree for this tree. So remember, so any top-down parser, whenever there are multiple choice, like in this case, we have choice of taking 1 and 2, LL1 parsing or any kind of top-down parsing needs to take a decision which product I'm going to use, which product I'm going to use. So How can you give this information to parse table? Tell me. How can you give this information to parse table?
So parsing table.
A parsing table, but how? Parsing table is already, if the parsing table is already created, that would be fine. But if the parsing table is not created, how can you create the parse table? So the system would be like this. This is my string. It is already given. Am I right? It is given by the user, or it is as the input. Am I right? So I'm scanning from the left side. So from the left side, what would be the first character I'm seeing here?
Open parenthesis.
Open parenthesis. And I have to start from start symbol. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I have to start from the start symbol. That is the root start symbol. So S. So in the parse table, in my parse table, if there is something like this, that whenever my variable is S, and if I see my character in the string is open parenthesis, I have to use rule number 1. Am I right or not? If I can somehow embody this kind of information in the parse table, then definitely when I got S as the variable and I see the open parenthesis as my letter in the string, current letter in the string, that time I'm going to use the rule number 1. So I use rule number 1 up to this point. Is that clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Then this one, and this one match. So I move my look ahead to second character in the string. Now again, I'm seeing a S over here. And I see again a open parenthesis. That's why I use the rule number 1 again. So in this part, I use the rule number 1. So here is rule number 1. Here is also rule number 1. Again, what happened? This one and this one matched. Okay. So I move my look ahead to second character. So after moving the look ahead to second character, what I get? I again get S as variable, and I see open parenthesis as my character in the string. So again, I am going to use rule number 1. Then what happened? This one and this one match. So I get S. Now my look ahead is next one. That is nothing but close parenthesis. So if I embody this kind of rules in the parse table, that whenever I get S and close parenthesis, I'm going to use the rule number 2. So I use the rule number 2, and this one becomes epsilon. That means this one is vanished. Then what happened? This one and this one match. This one and this one match. This one and this one match. And I know that at the end of the start symbol, there is a dollar, and end of the string, there is a dollar. So dollar match. So we got the acceptance. Is the process clear to you? So this is the parsing process. Do you have any question you can ask?
Sir, can you repeat what should we do when we start to get the closed parenthesis?
Yes. So let's see this way. So you can ask me just why you are creating this table in this way. That whenever I see variable S, and whenever I see open parenthesis, then actually I have to use rule number 1. What is the basis of taking this kind of decision? Now look carefully. If I need to generate in this grammar, if I need to generate this, the open parenthesis, right? Then S can derive to this. Am I right? At the very beginning, it is generating this open parenthesis. And second product is generating S derives to epsilon. That means it is vanishing the S. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
So if I want to generate letter L, which is inside the string, is it anyhow possible to use rule number 2? Is it possible?
No, sir.
Because S can never generate. If you use this product, the second product, it can never generate open parenthesis because S directly derives to epsilon. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
So it can never generate this character. On the other hand, if you use this one, the product number 1, definitely it can generate at the beginning the open parenthesis because it derives to open parenthesis S and close parenthesis. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
Now, what is this actually? This open parenthesis. What is this? What is this?
Terminal.
It is terminal, but it has a relation with S. What is that one? What is this? So this one here, this one has a special property. It is a terminal, of course, but it is a special property. What is that? If you consider this thing, then what is the first of this?
Open parenthesis.
Open parenthesis.
Open parenthesis. That means whenever I get S, and I have to generate open parenthesis, only when I can use this product if this part's first is matching with this. Am I right or not?
Yes.
Otherwise, I cannot generate open parenthesis. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
So that is the rule number one for generating. Rule number one for generating parse LL1 parse step. Okay, is it clear to you guys? From S, I'm trying to generating open parenthesis. From S, I'm trying to generating open parenthesis. My variable is, and I got character open parenthesis in the string. So I have to generate from S to open parenthesis. I can only use this product if and only if it's first. This part first matches with this one. Otherwise, I cannot generate that one. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
For example, let's take this one. A derives open parenthesis A, and then another one is this one. This is the two part and epsilon. Now, I encounter open parenthesis in the string as my character. Then, which product I have to use?
The first one.
First one, because this part first matches with this one. So if I use this product, definitely I can generate this open parenthesis. But if I use this one, I can never generate open parenthesis at the beginning because this one first is close parenthesis. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So, parse table rule number one, let's say LL1 parse table. Rule number one is if you generate this way table, so let's assume my variables on the leftmost column and my terminals. This is my variables, and this one is my terminals. So it is nothing but a 2D matrix. Am I right? This is my 2D matrix. So for this rule, let's take this rule. This rule, S derives this rule. S derives open parenthesis S close parenthesis. Why should we put this rule? So this one, S is nothing but number of columns. Sorry, number of rows. S is nothing but number of rows. So this is my row. So I would put row equal to S and column equal to what? Column equal to what?
First of S.
First of RHS, not S. First of RHS. That is the difference. When am I right or not? Is that clear to you guys?
Yes.
And rule number two, second rule, which I have used here, is derives to epsilon. When I use rule number two? Now see, if S derives to epsilon, that means S getting vanish. If S getting vanish, whatever comes after this one, in this case, close parenthesis, What is the relation with closed parenthesis and S? Tell me.
Follow.
Follow of S. Am I right? Definitely. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Because I know that S derives something, whatever just after this one, that is nothing but follow. Am I right or not? That is the follow. This is the follow. So in a string, if S derives to epsilon, that means S getting vanished. Whatever after that one, that must be follow of S. That must be follow of S. Is there any doubt about that one?
No, sir. No, sir.
তাহলে row S and column equal to follow of S. When? What would be the rule? What would be the rule? What would be the rule? Row equal to S and column equal to follow of S. What would be the rule? S derives
S derives
Epsilon.
epsilon.
So these are the two rules, simple rules. And after that one, you are going to do this process. Whenever you see, whenever you see a variable S and whenever your current letter in the string, which is nothing but this is called look ahead. Current letter in string is equal to look ahead. This is called look ahead. So whenever my current letter in string, that means my look ahead is this, that is going to denote the column, and whenever I have variable something that denotes my row, using that one I am going to derive to particular. Is that clear to you, the process?
Yes, sir.
Now let's take an example, and it is getting very clear. Let's take this example. So at first we have to create parse table. So let's create the parse table. So for creating parse table, we have to find out first and follow. Am I right? We have to find out first and follow. So what is my first and follow? This is my product. S derives, open parenthesis, S, close parenthesis, epsilon. What is the first of S? What is the first of S?
Open parenthesis.
Open parenthesis and epsilon.
Epsilon.
What is the follow of S? S appears on here. And definitely, if this is a start symbol, I have a dollar and I have close parenthesis. Now, let's create the table. So, on the leftmost, on the leftmost row, leftmost column, I should have the variables. I have only one variable S, and how many terminals I have? Open parenthesis, close parenthesis, and only another special one might appear, that is dollar. Now, S derives to open parenthesis, S, close parenthesis. Is the right hand side epsilon in this product?
No.
So which rule I'm going to use? Rule number
1.
Rule number 1. So what is the rule number 1? My row would be S. Row would be S. That means the variable. Or left hand side, whatever you say. And my column would be first of RHS. So what would be my row? Left hand side. S. Okay. And what would be my column? First of what?
RHS.
So what is first of RHS?
Open parenthesis.
Open parenthesis. Only first of RHS, not first of S. Don't getting confused. First of RHS. So I'm going to put this rule here. S derives, open parenthesis, S, close parenthesis. That means if somehow I encounter variable S and my lookahead is open parenthesis, I'm going to use this rule. Now let's go to second product. S derives epsilon. So the right hand side is epsilon. Which rule I'm going to use? Rule number
2.
Rule number 2. So what is rule number 2? Row would be S or variable
Column.
or RHS, LHS, and what would be my column? Follow of S.
Follow up.
So S derives epsilon, row should be S row, column should be follow
Close.
of S. So it is nothing but S derives epsilon and S derives epsilon. So we are done with the table. Now let's start parsing. So let's take this string. At the end of the string, definitely there will be a dollar, imaginary dollar. And my lookahead, current lookahead is here. That is open parenthesis. And at the bottom, I'm going to draw the parse tree. So initially, you will consider a stack would be there. And at the bottom of the stack, there is a dollar. And you put the start symbol in the stack. Okay? Now, my current variable is S. And my lookahead is what?
Open parenthesis.
So I'm going to row S, column, open parenthesis. What is the product?
S derives RHS.
So I'm going to make S derives, open parenthesis, S, close parenthesis. Now, as it is a stack is always do something reverse way. The first item getting bottommost. But here I have to put this one at the top so that I can match this one with this one. So I'm going to put it in the reverse way. This one is going to, so I'll start from here, as stack is a reverse kind of data structure. So I'll put this one first, then I put S, then I put the last one. Is it clear? And I have already derived S, so I'm going to remove S from the stack. Is that clear to you? Any question? Stack is actually reverse way data structure. Not operation, reverse data structure. Always, whatever comes last, that should be on the top. But in this case, S derives to this. So this one should be at the top. So to remedy this problem, we put this information in the reverse way. Is it clear? So that this one would be on the top.
তাহলে কি এটা একটা কিউ এর মতো কাজ করছে স্যার?
এটা কিউ এর মতো কাজ করছে, এটা স্ট্যাকের মতোই কাজ করছে, কিন্তু যাতে কিউ এর মতো বিহেভ করে এই কারণে এটাকে উল্টা দিক দিয়ে ঢুকিয়েছে।
বুঝতে পেরেছি। আমাদের কাছে কি কিউ এর একটা অ্যাক্সেস থাকার কথা না?
কিউ এর কোনো অ্যাক্সেস নাই, এটা বাফার, এটা হচ্ছে আমার আইও বাফার, এটা আপনি কিউ ধরতে পারেন, এটা আমার আইও বাফার, ইনপুট আউটপুট, এটাকে কিউ ধরতে পারেন, ইট বিহেভস লাইক। বাট আমার অরিজিনাল জিনিস হচ্ছে স্ট্যাক ব্যবহার করার অনেক উপকার আছে। Just think this way, S derives to open parenthesis, S close parenthesis. So this one should be I encounter first. Am I right?
Right.
This one should encounter first because I'm leftmost derived. S derives to open parenthesis, S close parenthesis. So this one should be encounter first. This one. Am I right? Because I'm leftmost derivation. Am I right? এখন আপনি যদি এটাকে প্রথম যদি স্ট্যাকে ঢুকান এইভাবে, this one is this one, this one is this one, then what happens? This one become top. Am I right? তাহলে আমার পুরো জিনিসটা ব্রোকেন হয়ে আমি যেটা চাচ্ছি সেটা হচ্ছে না, কারণ আমি এটাকে ফার্স্ট এনকাউন্টার করতে চাচ্ছি ডাটা স্ট্রাকচার, এই কারণে উল্টা দিক থেকে ঢুকাচ্ছি, কারণ আমি লেফটমোস্ট ডেরিভেশন করছি, এই কারণে আমি উল্টা দিক থেকে ঢুকাচ্ছি। I want to do leftmost derivation. That's why I'm putting in the reverse way, because stack is a reverse data structure. Done?
তাহলে কি আপনি লেফট
না দেখে ওরা
বুঝতে পারলাম
কি what is wrong?
জিনিসটা বুঝতে পারলাম।
What is
আপনি কি লেফট, আপনি রিড করতেছেন লেফট কেন স্যার?
আমি রিড করতেছি এটাও লেফট থেকে, আমি চাচ্ছি leftmost derivation হোক। I am reading from left side. I also want to leftmost derivation because LL1 is a leftmost derivation. So if I want to do leftmost derivation, S derives to this, then I have to encounter this one first. Am I right? Now if you put this one in the stack, this one, so this one would become first. If you do normal operation, this one would become first. Then you will put S. Then you will put this one. Am I right?
Huh.
Then what happened? This one become the topmost of the stack. Am I right?
Right.
Then what
Yes.
happened? Everything getting collapsed because I want this one to encounter first.
এই পার্টটা বুঝতে পারিনি, why do I want that one first?
Because it is the leftmost derivation. That's all. Because it's the leftmost derivation.
ঠিক আছে।
LMD
Pop
te
ফাংশনটা
LMD te always we start from the leftmost side. That's why I want to encounter this one first. So how can I do encounter this one first? If I put it in the reverse way in the stack, then I can encounter this one first. Am I right or not?
স্ট্যাকের ডাটা স্ট্রাকচারটা আমি এবার ক্লিয়ার
Stack, it is a stack. That's why it is a reverse data structure. Done. So that's why I put this one in the reverse side. Now what happened? This one is my top. I'm doing the leftmost derivation. Now this one and this one is matched. So I'm going to remove this one. My look ahead is going to go over here. Now my variable is S. I'm encountering again open parenthesis. So variable is S. I'm encountering again open parenthesis. So I have to use again rule number 1. So this one become this. So I'm going to remove this S. Again, I'm going to put it in the reverse side. So this S, this. Done. Now this one and this one match. So I'm going to move, look at in the next one. Then again, I'm seeing S derives open parenthesis. So I'm going to resume again rule number 1. So S derives this. So I'm going to put it again in the reverse side. This, and then what happened? Now this one and this one match. So I'm going to cross out. Now S is seeing close parenthesis. S is seeing close parenthesis. So S would become epsilon. So it is vanished. It is vanished. It is vanished. Then what happened? This one match with this. So matched. I'm going to dash one. Then this one match with this. I'm going to move this one. This one match with this. I'm going to move dollar. Dollar is seeing dollar. So I'm going to accept. In Red Dragon book, they do this thing in this way. If you are not comfortable with stack structure, that would be fine. In the Red Dragon book, they use this way. So S dollar, then S derives to this dollar. Okay, now this one and this one match, so they cross out. Then S seeing open parenthesis, so this S become again this one dollar. Then this one match. They are moving to here, so S derives again this. So this one match. Then S become this one. So this one getting vanished. So I get this. Then this one match, vanished. Then this one match, vanished. Then I got this. And this one match, vanished. Finally, dollar is synced. So if you are comfortable with this, that would be also fine. Same thing. So which one you want to use?
The right side is
stack.
This one is using stack, and this one is
Stack.
actually. If you people are comfortable with stack, you can use stack. Or if you want to do this way, that would be also fine. But এটা তো আর কি বোঝা যায় না যে কি হচ্ছে না হচ্ছে, এটাতে খুব ক্লিয়ারলি বোঝা যায় what is happening. All right, guys. Done? Do you have any question you can ask me?
স্যার একটা কোয়েশ্চেন।
Please.
স্যার এখানের মধ্যে তো আমরা বেসিক্যালি প্যারেনথেসিস ম্যাচ করতে চাচ্ছি না।
হ্যাঁ।
এখানের মধ্যে আমি যখন ওপেন প্যারেনথেসিস পাচ্ছি, তখন আমি ওটাকে পুশ করে আমি যখন ক্লোজ প্যারেনথেসিস পাচ্ছি, তখন আমি পপ করলে তো আমার হয়ে যাচ্ছে স্যার।
যে প্যারেন্থেসিসটা পাচ্ছি আমি, আমার আপনার your question is not clear to me. What happened?
মানে if I only push when I get open parenthesis and if I pop when I get close parenthesis, তাহলেও তো এটা কি ম্যাচ করবে না তাহলে?
If you get only open parenthesis, you are going to push.
হুম
If you get open parenthesis, you are going to push, and whenever you are getting close parenthesis, you are going to pop.
রাইট
Why it is working then? Which one you are matching to? Which one you are matching to? You are matching this string. You are matching this string. You are trying to come up with creating this string. So how can you create this string using only push and pop without using these rules?
ঠিক আছে স্যার, এই স্ট্রিংটাই নেন, তিনটা
নিলাম।
ওপেন
Nilam.
তিনটা ক্লোজ,
Nilam.
ডলার
Okay.
স্ট্যাক নেন স্যার,
Stack Nilam.
ডলার নেন লাস্টে।
Nilam.
ওকে, তিনটা ওপেন প্যারেনথেসিস রিড করে তিনটা পুশ করেন।
Open parenthesis. You cannot. Why? What is your? Why I am going to push?
Fahim, last in, first out. Stack.
না ও ঠিক আছে, আমি এইটা তিনটা দিয়ে পুশ করলাম, কি জন্য আমি পুশ করব? হোয়াট ইজ মাই রুল ফর পুশিং দ্যাট ওয়ান? You have to come up with a general type of algorithm so that you can always solve this problem. So why you are going to blindly push this 3-1, this one,
ব্লাইন্ডলি না, আপনি পুশ করে দেখেন স্যার, করেন।
blindly push করলাম, তারপর
হ্যাঁ, এবার হচ্ছে আপনি যখন ক্লোজ আপনি
হ্যাঁ
close করেন-
আগালাম, আমি বুঝলাম, খুব বুঝতে পেরেছি, তারপর আপনি পপ করে বা দেখাবেন ডলার ম্যাচ উইদাউট ইউজিং এনি গ্রামার রুল অর এনিথিং। Okay, fine. If I give you another grammar and if you come up with another string, how can you solve that one? What is your procedure and general algorithm to solve? It is something like you are trying to find out the MST of a graph. Somehow, if you're given a simple graph, you know this is the MST. But if I give you a general graph to find MST, how can you find MST without knowing the general algorithm? Is it possible?
রাইট,
Is it clear to you?
বুঝতে পেরেছি স্যার, এটা জেনারেল
আমার যদি general, আমি একটা I'm describing the general procedure using this kind of stack and look ahead. Okay. So that's why actually this is a general procedure. Then I'm going to give you another example. You people are going to see this general procedure can be also applicable to that one as well. The way you have do this thing, you have assumed lot of things, using lot of things, and actually you think that you know the definition of actually matching nested parentheses. That's why if I get open parenthesis, I always going to increment. Then actually when I get close parenthesis, I'm going to decrement. If at the end, if I not get 0, I'm done. That is not a general procedure. That procedure is only applicable to nested parenthesis matching. That might not applicable to other parenthesis matching. Am I right or not?
রাইট।
So if I give another grammar, then how can you derive new thing? How can you derive new thing? How can you derive any kind of string? It is not possible. So it's a general procedure. Am I right?
বুঝতে পেরেছি স্যার।
Okay, so let's give you another example. So both way is possible. If this stack type of parse tree is not familiar with you, you can use this one. This one is given in the Red Dragon book. So let's take another grammar and try to come up with parse tree. Let's take this one. Let's take this grammar. And you know why it is called one? Tell me. এই প্রশ্নের উত্তরটা কে দিতে পারবে? Why it is called one?
One step look ahead.
One step look ahead. We are actually taking care of only one look ahead at a time. Only one look ahead. So that's why it is called one. You can even take two. Then it will become more complicated. The LL2 is more complicated than LL1. Then you are going to take care of two look ahead at a time. Now let's go over here. Let's take this grammar. E derives E plus T or T derives T star M or M derives so is it possible to parse using LL1? Is it possible to parse using LL1? Is it possible? What type of grammar is this? Is it possible to use this grammar in LL1 parsing or not? Top-down parser cannot use which type of grammar? Can you recall?
Sir, first it to left recursion.
Okay, so top-down parser cannot use left recursive grammar. It cannot use non-deterministic grammar. So this grammar is actually left recursive. This product is left recursive, this
Yes.
one is left recursive. So what can I do?
So right recursion.
So we can convert it to right recursion.
Yes.
So let's convert it to a right recursion. So what would be the right recursion for this? E derives plus T, sorry, E derives T, E dash derives plus T, E dash or epsilon. T derives empty dash, T dash derives star M, T dash or epsilon. Last term, no problem. Now, what is the second step I need to do? I have to find out first and follow. So how can I find first and follow of this grammar? How can I find first and follow of this grammar? Which one I need to find first?
Sir, M.
Last step সহজ হবে না?
Yes, sir.
So what would be the first of this? Open parenthesis and
ID.
This one is nothing but star or epsilon. Plus and epsilon. Now let's take this. First of T is nothing but first of M. What is first of M? First of E is nothing but first of T. What is first of T? Done. Now let's try to find the follow. E, the start symbol, definitely dollar, and we have to find out the appearance of E on the rightmost side. So while E is happening on the rightmost side, here. What is follow of this? Close parenthesis. So we are done. Now let's come over here. E dash. E dash is appearing on the here, anywhere else? Anywhere else?
No, sir.
No, sir. For this one, E dash is appearing at the rightmost position. So what would be the follow of E dash?
Follow.
Follow of what? Follow of
E. E.
So dollar E. And this one also appears on the rightmost side, but this is nothing but follow of E dash is nothing but follow of E dash. So we are done. Let's go to here. E dash is appearing here and here. Let's find T first. Let's find T first. So T is appearing where? Here, anywhere else? No. So what is follow of T? What is follow of T? First of E dash.
First of
So what is first of E dash? Plus, if you put epsilon, then this one is getting vanished. So T appears at the last rightmost position. So it is nothing but follow of E. So this is nothing but dollar close parenthesis. And for this one, T is nothing but first of E dash. First of E dash is nothing but plus and epsilon. If you put epsilon, this one vanish. Fall of E dash. Fall of E dash nothing but dollar. So yeah. Let's go over here. T dash. T dash appears here, here, anywhere else? No. For this one, T dash appears on the rightmost side. So fall of T dash is nothing but fall of T. What is fall of T? Plus dollar, close parenthesis, and for this one, T dash is nothing but fall of T dash. So we are done. Let's go over here. M. M appears here, here. What is M? First of T dash. What is first of T dash? Star and epsilon. If you put epsilon, this one is getting vanished. So appears on the rightmost side. So follow up T. What is
T.
follow up T? Plus dollar close parenthesis. So we are done with this. For this one, it is nothing but first of T dash. Star is already there and epsilon. If you put epsilon, this one vanished. So follow up T dash plus dollar close. Yeah. This is the fast and follow table. Now we have to come up with table. So if we draw table, if we draw the table, what would be the table? Leftmost column, those would be variables. So how many variables are there? E,
5.
E dash, T, E dash, and M. How many terminals are there? Plus, star, plus, star, open parenthesis, close parenthesis, and dollar.
Sir, ID.
ID. Achha. ID. Thank you. Now let's come to fill up this table. E. I'm in E row. So let's take this product first. What is the left hand side? E. So I'm in E row. Am I right? And what is the right hand side? Is it epsilon? Right hand side?
No, sir.
We still don't know. So what would be the rule? So first of RHS. So first of RHS, that means first of TE dash is nothing but first of T. So what is first of T?
Open parenthesis.
Open parenthesis and ID. So
ID.
E derives TE dash should be placed in here. It should be placed in here, and also in first of T is what?
ID, sir. Open
First of T
parenthesis
is
and
open
ID.
and ID. So I'm going to put it here. It derives T dash. Got it? Now let's go to second one. E dash derives plus TE dash. So I'm going to E dash row. And column would be first of. It is not epsilon, definitely. So first of right hand side, which is nothing but first of plus TE dash,
Plus.
which is nothing but first of plus. So first of plus is nothing but plus. So we are going to put E dash row plus column. We put E dash derives plus TE dash. Second one, E dash derives epsilon. So rule number 2. We have to put E dash derives epsilon in follow of E dash. What is follow of E dash? Dollar and close parenthesis. So E dash derives epsilon in dollar, and again another one is close parenthesis. So E dash derives epsilon. Let's go to third one. T. T derives empty dash. So I have to go T row. And I don't know whether right hand side epsilon or not. So let's take this is not epsilon. Let's apply rule number 1. So first of empty dash, which is nothing but first of m. What is first of m? Open parenthesis and id. So it is not epsilon. Okay. So t derives empty dash. I should put on here. T derives empty dash and id. T derives empty dash. Let's go to t dash derives star empty dash. Definitely right hand side is not epsilon. So I'm going to row number t dash. Row number t dash and first of RHS. First of RHS is nothing but first of star empty dash, which is nothing but first of star, which is nothing but star. So I'm going to t dash row, star column, t dash derives star empty dash. Second one, right hand side is epsilon. So rule number 2, I'm going to t dash row and follow up t dash, which is nothing but plus dollar and close parenthesis. So t dash derives epsilon, t dash derives epsilon and close parenthesis. T dash derives epsilon. Then m goes to this one. I'm going to m open parenthesis e close parenthesis. So I'm going to m row and first of RHS, which is nothing but first of open parenthesis e close parenthesis. So it is nothing but this one. M derives, and this one is also simple. Going to m row, id column, m derives. So done. This is that. Is that clear? Do you have any question? You can ask me.
স্যার যে গ্যাপগুলো আছে
Aste, oh, you are very fast. No girls is going to love you anymore. Okay, don't getting very fast. I'm going to talk about that. Always go little slowly. Okay. Now let's take a string. Girls always like slow people. Let's start this way. Let's take a string. ID plus ID star ID. We try to parse this one. And we know that we can parse this one using this grammar. We have parsed it before. So what can we do? At the end, we are going to put a dollar sign here. Dollar sign here. And we are going to take a stack. We are going to take a stack. At the bottom of the stack, there will be a dollar. And I'm going to put the start symbol, which is nothing but E. Now my current look ahead is ID. So my variable is E and I'm seeing ID. So which one I'm going to use? I'm going to E row and I'm going to see ID column. So what is the entry here? What is the entry?
E derives T E prime.
Okay, so I'm going to put at the very beginning E derives T E prime. And I'm going to remove this E and I'm going to put it in the reverse way as it is a stack, reverse kind of data structure. So E dash would become bottom and T would express on the top. Remember, no look ahead is movement because I did not match anything with ID. So now T is seeing ID. T is seeing ID. I'm going to T row and I'm going to ID column. So what is the thing? T derives empty dash. So this T would become empty dash. Now what happened? This T is going to be removed. I'm putting it in the reverse way. T dash M. Now my current variable is M. I'm seeing ID. M. I'm seeing ID. Now what happened? M derives to ID. So this become ID. So I remove M. I put ID. Now there is the ID match. So ID cross out. Look ahead moves to next. Then what happened if you remove ID? What is the next one? T dash. T dash is seeing plus. So I'm going to T dash and I'm going to plus column. So it is nothing but T dash becoming epsilon. That means this one is getting vanished, completely vanished. So I cut out this one. Now the topmost entry in the stack is now E dash. E dash is sync plus. So E dash is sync plus. So E dash should become plus T E dash. So I'm going to remove this one, put it in the reverse way. So E dash, then T and plus. Then plus plus match. So I'm going to remove plus. Then look at it is going to be ID. So T is sync ID. So T is sync ID. So T would become empty dash. So T would become empty dash. So T would be cross out, put it in the reverse way, T dash M. Now M is sync ID. M is sync ID, M would become ID. Okay. Then what happened? This is cross out, I will write ID. So ID match, so I would be cross out. So I'm going to move it here. Now what is the current top of the stack? T dash. T dash is sync star. T dash is sync star. Then T dash would become M star empty dash. So I'm going to remove this T dash. I put it in the reverse way. T dash M star. T dash M star. Now star star match. So I'm remove star star. Now look at is moving to ID. Now M is sync ID. M is sync ID. So M is sync ID. So M would become ID. Okay. So remove this one. M ID ID match cross. Okay. Now my lookup is dollar. T dash is sync dollar. T dash is sync dollar. So T dash would become epsilon. It is getting vanished. So vanished. Now go back. E dash is sync dollar. E dash is sync dollar. So E dash would become epsilon. So it is getting vanished. Then go back. Nothing remaining. Dollar is sync dollar. Dollar is sync dollar. That means we are exit. Now, what is my yield? ID plus ID star ID and everything is vanished. So this is my yield. Did you get the process? Firdaus? You have Firdaus, right?
জি
Yeah, now always remember, little bit slow. If you want to shine in life or shine in love, you need to be slow. If you're very fast, people getting panic that you are very fast. Is the process clear to you? Is there any question about the process?
না স্যার
ওকে, এখন আপনার কোশ্চেনটা বলো। আপনার কোশ্চেনটা খুব ইম্পর্টেন্ট এবং সুন্দর কোশ্চেন। It's an important and very important and wonderful question. He asked, sir, there are a lot of blanks are there. For example, there is a blank over here. 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 Somehow, if I hit those blanks, then what happens? Now tell me, what would be the answer? What would be the answer? Firdaus? Fine, Firdaus? Tell me the answer.
স্যার আমি তো প্রশ্ন করলাম স্যার জানি না বলি তো
বা কোনো আইডিয়া কি আছে যে সামা আমরা যদি এসব ব্ল্যাঙ্ক স্পেসে হিট করি এটার মানে কি? দ্যাট মিনস দিস স্ট্রিং ক্যান নট বি পার্সেবল উইথ দিস. This string cannot be parsable with this grammar. For example, instead of taking this string, if you take this string, ID plus ID, ID, if you take this string, then what happened? Definitely, if you try to parse this string with this parse table, definitely it is going to hit one of the blank entries. Okay?
রাইট
Definitely it is going to hit one of the blank entries. That means it's an error. You have seen GCC parser or any kind of C++ parser, you are going to see they are saying actually that this is not parsable, they are wrong in the parsing. For example, you miss some sort of braces. It says it is I'm expecting this, but I got this. It is a parsing problem. So how do they do this? definitely they might have this kind of parse table. Whenever they get this kind of blank entries, they at once understand that it is not parsable, it is a wrong thing. Then how come they actually understand that it should expect this? So let's assume E, they expected plus, okay? E, they expected plus, then they say it is a blank entry. That means it's the error. But after that one, how come they come up with the solution that you should expect this? Can you tell me? How come they come up with the solution that it is not expecting, but I am expecting this? How do they come up with the solution? Is there anybody who can answer this question? For example, I'm in E, I got plus. This is the error. Definitely it's the error. Then I will say I am expecting this because it does not blank. I'm expecting this. This is not blank. Then what happened? Some of you ask me, error handling ta kibabe hoy? There is a concept called panic mode error handling. So then instead of plus, they put this symbol, which is correct. They are assuming which is correct. Then they continue the parsing process. Then if they get again getting stuck, then they again throw some sort of error message and they put some sort of other symbols which are permissible. This way they continue until they reach at the end of the parsing. This is called one kind of error handling technique. It is called panic mode recovery. Did you understand? So that is the case. Is that clear to you? Do you have any question?
তো বুঝতে পেরেছি, মানে
Fine for
এখানকার
this.
মধ্যে বেসিক্যালি আনডিফাইন্ড বা বক্স গুলো পেলে ও হি ট্রাইজ দ্য পার্টস
Empty box. Empty box. Empty box. Empty box. Empty box means error. That means
Right.
this string is not parsable. But আমরা দেখি যে আমাদের রিয়েল যে পার্সার গুলোতে সেগুলোতে তারা স্টপ হয় না, তারা বলে দিস ইজ দ্য এরর, আই এম এক্সপেক্টিং দিস, স্টিল দে কন্টিনিউ এট দ্য বটম অফ দ্য program. So how do they do? For example, I go to this one, it is a blank entry, then they try to replace this error with some sort of characters which are permissible. Then they continue the parsing. Then they again start. Then they again put some sort of permissible character. This will continue until end of the program. So this is one kind of error handling technique that is called panic mode recovery. Is it clear to you?
বুঝতে পেরেছি।
Okay. Now এখানে আরেকটা ক্যাচ আছে। আজকে today's last catch. একটা গ্রামার unambiguous এবং a grammar might be right recursive and a grammar might be non-deterministic. Still, we cannot actually create any parse table. Why? Can you answer? Still, we cannot create any parse table. Why? For example, let's take you an example. Let's take this example. S derives AS or A. What are the strings generated by this grammar?
A.
A plus. A plus. That means A, so on. A, so on. So this is the string generated by this grammar. This grammar definitely is not ambiguous. Am I right? This grammar is not
Yes, sir.
ambiguous. It is unambiguous grammar. Fine. This is not left recursive. It is right recursive. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Acha. This grammar is non-deterministic. No, it is deterministic, non-deterministic, NDT. So let's convert it to deterministic. S derives A, S dash derives. Okay, so আচ্ছা এই এক্সাম্পলটা ভালো হয়নি। S dash derives দেখি দিয়ে
A or epsilon.
S or epsilon. Yes. So how about this one? This one is put on. Okay. So this grammar. Let's take this one. এটা একটু ইয়া হলো। So আমি এখন এটা this grammar is unambiguous. this grammar is right recursive, and this grammar is deterministic. Can you convert this grammar to LL1%? Tell me. So all things are requirements are fulfilled. But can you use this grammar in the LL1%? Let's try to create percent table. So what would be the first step? Finding first and follow, right? Finding first and follow. So what is first of S? What is first of A? What is first of S dash?
Epsilon.
A and epsilon. First of S dash is nothing but first of S. What is follow of S? Dollar. And here we have to find this one as well. Follow of S is nothing but follow of S dash. So what is follow of S dash? Follow of S. So both are dollar. Can we use this grammar for LL1% or not? Can we use this grammar for LL1% or not? We can use this one. It is fine. So let's take S, A, dollar. First product should be in the S derives, A S dash. Second one S dash. S dash should be first of S. S dash derive. Why should we put this on? First of S. So S dash derives, S should be here, and it can be also epsilon. It can be also epsilon. So S dash derives, S should be also
Epsilon.
put on dollar. If I put epsilon,
Sir, S dash derives
S can
epsilon.
be,
হবে।
yes, S can derive epsilon. S can derive epsilon. The product is S derives S. The product is S derives S. S can be epsilon. So if we put epsilon here, then what happened? The whole thing need to put on that follow of S dash.
স্যার
What is-
অ্যাপসিলন
I think,
ফার্স্টে থাকলে ফলোর যে ইয়েটা থাকবে টার্মিনালটা থাকবে ওটা তো ওখানে তো এস ডিরাইভস অ্যাপসিলনটা বসবে প্রোডাক্টটা রাইট
কোনটার কথা? আমি ফার্স্ট প্রোডাক্ট এইটাতে আছি, শুধু এই পার্টটাতে আছি। I'm only in this part. I'm only in this part. Why should we put this product? This product should be put on
এ
first of S. First of S. What is
Yes.
first of S? A. So S derives S, we should put over there. Am I right?
ইয়েস
yes,
স্যার
sir.
Now first of S is also okay. Right. First of S, okay, fine. Sorry. And second one should be put on follow of S dash. So it is nothing but S dash derives here. Okay, it is fine. You can use this one. Just take this one. Let's take this. This grammar is fine. No problem. Let's take this. S dash derives AS or B derives or B. B derives A, B, AB or S derives AS or B. B derives AB, B or S. Let's take this one. Then what should we do this one? We have to find out first. So what is first of S? First of S is nothing but first of this. So A. And what is for this one? First of A is nothing but first of B, which is nothing but A. And if you put epsilon, then this one is also become epsilon. How about this? This one is also A comma epsilon. What is follow of this? Follow of this? This one follow is dollar. This one follow is also dollar. Am I right or not? Is it fine?
ইয়েস স্যার
Now let's try to construct parse table. S, B. A, B, and dollar. Why should I put the first row? S derives AS, first of right hand side. So I should put it here. S derives AS. And why should I put the second rule? S derives B, first of B. What is first of B? Again. So now what happened? Same cell, there are multiple entries. What can you do? So that time, though this grammar is not ambiguous, still we cannot parse. Though this grammar is not ambiguous, still we cannot parse. So not all unambiguous grammar can be used as LL1 parsing. And whenever this kind of things is happening, this is called conflicts. These are called conflicts. This is called first and follow conflict. So whenever any conflicts happen in a LL1 parsing table, we cannot parse using that grammar. Though that grammar might be unambiguous, though that grammar might be right recursive, though that grammar might be deterministic. So is it clear to you? Now tell me, what is the criteria for fast and follow conflicts? What are the criteria for fast and follow conflicts? That is the last
Sir.
topic today. Yes.
স্যার এই কনফ্লিক্টটা কিভাবে আসলে একটু আরেকবার দেখাবেন, কিন্তু ক্লিয়ার বোঝা যাচ্ছে।
Second, S derives. I have two products. S derives AS and I have S derives B. Why should I put this one? Row of S, column of first of RHS, which is nothing but A. So I should put it here. Am I right?
রাইট।
How about the second one? Row of S and column of first of B. First of B is also A. So I should put it here. So same cell, there are multiple entries. Am I right or not?
রাইট।
So if we try to derive S to something, which one you are going to use? Which one you are going to use? Are you deriving S to AS or you are going to derive S to B? Which one you are going to use?
রাইট।
So that's why those things are called conflict. Whenever there are multiple entries in the single cell, those are called fast and follow conflicts in LL1. Now my question is, what is the criteria for fast and follow conflicts? What are the criteria for fast and follow conflicts? What are the criteria for fast and follow conflicts? Tell me. Let's take an example. Giving example is better than theoretical discussion. S derives alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3. So when we can have conflicts? Tell me. S derives alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3. When I can conflict, having conflict with S derives alpha 1, S derives alpha 2, S derives alpha 3. Tell me. When I can have conflicts?
Sir, if they are not epsilon and
epsilon নাই, they are not epsilon.
First.
Nobody is not equal to হ্যাঁ হচ্ছে first of alpha 1, first of alpha 2 and first of alpha 3. এগুলোর মধ্যে যদি কোনো কমন থাকে, common, then there is a conflict. Am I right? কারণ দেখেন তাহলে আমাকে same row of S, same column of first of something, I have to put these entries, all these three entries. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
যদি ফার্স্ট অফ আলফা 1 যদি A হয়, ফার্স্ট অফ আলফা 2 ও A হয়, ফার্স্ট অফ আলফা 3 ও A হয়, তাহলে কি হবে? তাহলে আমাকে S derives alpha 1 I need to put on S row A column. S derives alpha 2 I need to put on S row A column. S derives alpha 3 I need to put on S row A column. So there will be conflicts. Am I right? Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
So what is the criteria? So S derives alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, so on. First of alpha 1 intersection first of alpha 2 intersection first of alpha 3, so on, not equal to 5. তবে একটা common element যদি থাকে, then there is a conflict. Am I right? That is the first criteria.
Yes,
What is
sir.
the second criteria for conflicts? Let's assume S derives alpha 1 and epsilon. Then how can we have conflict? If first of alpha 1 and follow of S, they have common element. If they have common element, then what happen? I have to put in S row. If this is A and follow of S is also A, then A column, I have to put S derives alpha 1, and also I have to put S derives epsilon. So then again, same cell, there are multiple entries. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Number 2, according to rule number 2, this is rule number 1 of parsing. According to rule number 2, so second criteria would be if S derives alpha 1 and epsilon, then first of alpha 1 intersection follow of S not equal to 5. So that is the second criteria for conflicts. So these are the two conflicts criteria. Is that clear to you guys? Then
Yes, sir.
according to rule number 1, this one is according to rule number 1. What is my rule number 1? Where is my rule number 1? AJ. According to my rule number 1, according to rule number 1, there is a conflict. Here, according to rule number 2, there is a conflict. Did you get it? Simple. Structure. Do you have any question? You can ask. Any question?
No, sir.
So the people who have actually don't send me the username, IUB ID and password, please send me the IUB ID and password soon. Okay. So we should stop here today. So have a nice weekend and have a nice
প্রজেক্টে যদি একটু এক্সপ্লেইন করতেন স্যার।
কোনটা?
প্রজেক্টটা
ওকে, প্রজেক্টে আসেন, দ্রুত করে কথা বলে দেই, 2 মিনিটে বলে দেই। প্রজেক্টটা খুব সহজ প্রজেক্ট দিয়েছি এবার, ভেরি ইজি প্রজেক্ট। Simple. So you have to parse C language like methods. If return is at last of the method, you have to print the result also. In this project, we are only taking care of C language operator plus minus star. So only this operator is going to be used in your expression and if else if construct. So this is very easy. This part is very easy. Handling if else is little bit tricky, but hopefully you can do it. So if you want to read more about how C methods are created, you can go to this link. So for example, the first one, it's a correct C method. As there is no return, the output is 0. Second one, I'm returning 1. That's why the output would be 1. The third one, A's value is 1, B's value is 1. I'm returning A plus B. So if you perform this expression, it is nothing but 1 plus 2. So the output would be 3. Sorry. Second one, simple. 2 star 3 is nothing but 6. Then it is a little bit complicated expression. Returning X. So the value would be 14. And final one, last one is a swap method. So A is becoming 2. So output is 2. And final one, there is a construct. If else construct, the output would be 0. So something like this. Do you have any question? You can ask me.
স্যার আমাদের অ্যাকচুয়ালি কি করতে হবে?
আপনাদেরকে এরকম কোডগুলো দেব আমি, আপনাদের ইনপুটে এসব কোড দেব, আপনাদেরকে পার্স করে কারেক্ট আউটপুটটা শো করতে হবে।
ও আচ্ছা, আমরা
যেটা
compiler-টা
প্রোগ্রাম যেটা করে আর কি, আমাদের আইডি বা কম্পাইলার গুলা যে কাজগুলো করে, তা আমি একটা ছোট্ট কাজ দিলাম আর কি।
বুঝতে পেরেছি। রিটার্ন তো
আর কিছু-
জাস্ট প্রিন্ট করছে না?
রিটার্ন স্ট্রিং করছে না, রিটার্ন একটা ভ্যালু করছে সবগুলোতে।
মানে রিটার্ন
এখানে integer value করছে।
প্রিন্ট করবে না?
হ্যাঁ, আমি একটা ভুল করেছি, এগুলো ইন্টিজার দেওয়া উচিত ছিল, একটা ভুল, আমি এটা আবার কারেকশন করবো। ভয়েড হবে না, ইন্টিজার হবে। রিটার্ন স্ট্রিং এর দরকার নাই, স্ট্রিং হ্যান্ডলিং এর কোনো প্রয়োজন নাই, কারণ দেখেন অপারেটর গুলোতে আমি কোনো স্ট্রিং হ্যান্ডলিং ইস্যু দেইনি, শুধু ইন্টিজার দিয়েছি, আপনার ইন্টিজারই ফিক্স থাকে। আর if you want to know how C methods are right, almost like C++, no difference. Moreover, less complicated, you can go to this link. Very easy. First one is return type, then name of a method, then argument, then starting and end. That's it. Done? Any more question?
স্যার প্রজেক্টটা কিভাবে
কঠিন মনে হচ্ছে?
ডেমো দিতে হবে স্যার?
ডেমো লাস্ট ক্লাসে দেখাবেন, আপনি কোড সাবমিট করবেন, আমি রান করে দেখবো।
স্যার ক্লাসে কি দেখাবেন কোডিং?
একজন,
স্যার লেকশন ইয়াকে করতে
হ্যাঁ
হবে?
আমি কোড করব ঈদের পরে ইলেক্স এবং ইয়াকের একটা ক্লাস নেব।
ওকে স্যার।
আপনাদের কথা শোনা যায় না প্রেজেন্ট করলে, এই হচ্ছে প্রবলেমটা। ওয়েট হ্যাঁ বলেন, এবার বলেন।
স্যার আপনি কি আইডি সেন্ড করতে বলেছিলেন আপনাকে?
হ্যাঁ, আইইউবি আইডি আর পাসওয়ার্ড, একটা পাসওয়ার্ড, ওটা না করলে আপনারা পরে পরীক্ষা দিবেন কিভাবে?
ওকে স্যার।
আর কোনো কিছু?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
তাহলে আপনাদের হোমওয়ার্ক তো দিব একটা, এইকে সেটা করবেন, কুইজের জন্য প্রিপারেশন নেবেন, and try to go to that link that how C methods are right, then actually you are getting prepared for project. Okay?
ওকে
Any
স্যার।
more question? Okay, have a nice weekend, have a nice Eid Mubarak to everybody. Take care.
Eid Mubarak, sir.
Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak, sir.
Mubarak, sir.